St. Ricketts with Fire Cannot Burn, www.saintricketts.com. It is the theme song to another live Tuesday night episode, as we shut the boys off, of the You Show.
You.
First of all, I realize I'm on in the background, which is silly. So there we go. And Jewel, I guess I should have given you a warning because the look of shock on your face when I brought us on screen was priceless. You're like...
Just looking how bad I look. It's fine.
Not at all. You're fantastic. Good evening, everybody. It is Tuesday night. I am Jeff the Shark Perini. And with me, as always, is the co-hostess with the mostest. She is the sister from another mister, and she is, by gosh golly, the most beautiful and enchanting face in all of podcasting, webcasting, broadcasting, simulcasting, videocasting, cast of characters, you name it.
Oh, Jesus.
The yin to my yang, the one and only Miss Jewel Tatey. Jewel, good evening.
Good evening.
How we doing tonight? We're doing great. Austin Wood in the house. Hey, bro. And Jules, good evening, Austin. Brent Worrell of Brent Worrell Photography in the house. He has been kicking some absolute butt. We love you too, Austin, man. Good to see you, dude. Thanks for tuning in. Tuesday night, Jewel. We are back live. Very excited for tonight, too. It's going to be a great show. We'll talk about that in a moment. First, let's thank last week's guest, the awesome band Never Wake. About it. About it for Never Wake. A cover or a new rendition, if you will, of Billy Idol's Rebel Yell. We played it. It was awesome. And we absolutely love it. Very excited about that. They're a great bunch. Sharon Tatey, thank you for the thumbs up. Usually it's a thumbs down or a mad face or something. So we appreciate the happiness tonight. Jewel, I'm totally excited. Been excited about this for weeks leading up to it. Got a little nervous when we had a little communication breakdown, but they will be here tonight, 8:30. And I'm telling you, folks, if you haven't heard of this band, get out from under your rock. Check them out tonight. It is the one and only Tulip, ladies and gentlemen. I'm psyched. Not sure exactly who we're going to get. I know we're probably going to get Ashley and Colin. I don't know if we're going to get the whole band, but it's Ashley, Colin, Ryan, and Cody. Tulip, they have a massive following. They have some awesome music. We're going to play a song in a few minutes, of course. Christina Marie, good evening. Jewel gets all excited. I love it. I absolutely love Tuesday nights. Me and Jewel talked about it the other day, and thank you for the heart, Christina. We love you. Jewel and I talked about it the other day, just how Tuesday night just brings us up from whatever depth we may be getting into, correct?
Yeah, it's the pickup we need in our week.
We definitely do, and we need all of you, and we appreciate it. And even JD Wolf's like, "We're a little late tonight, bro." That's okay. We're here. We're here all night long. 2 hours worth of excitement with the awesome Tulip, and I said,
the
big
loyal
thank you
listeners.
They are loyal listeners. It actually makes me blush. And don't forget, in a couple weeks, 6 years of Yo Show. 6 years!
It's pretty wild, man.
It is pretty wild. I have gone back on Blog Talk Radio, and I'm like, wow. The fact that we lasted 6 episodes shocks me.
Seriously, I would panic so bad, and I didn't know how I was going to get through those couple first episodes. So, cheers to us sticking it out.
Hey, man, cheers to us indeed. Speaking of cheers to us, again, no financial gain, but I want to give a giant shout out to our guys over at Odd Logic Brewing over here in Bristol. Tonight is their beer. What a time to be alive.
Ooh, I like that.
And the can's great. They got great artwork and they got great beers. And the reason why I'm so excited about these guys is because I love their beer. Yep, that's right, Brent.
What does it taste like? I don't like the very happy beers or the white wheat.
That's kind of where you're at there. It's a hoppy.
Oh, okay.
Kind of like next week we're going to talk. We're trying to get some kind of can of the awesome Hey Yo beer from Broad Street Brewing.
I know.
I actually had my that one. It was good. I had my Yo Show shirt on. I got no Yo Show shirts on tonight, Joe. I'm a victim of the laundry god, so I got my drinking shirt on. This is my drinking shirt. I wear it in days and end with Y.
No, it was so funny. Like, I had my weekend bag packed, and I was all set to go, with you to the event this weekend. And I didn't realize I had two shirts. Well, actually three, but two of the new shirts. I'm like, oh my God. I don't know how I ended up with two, but I ended up packing two, and I haven't worn them because I was trying to wear them out. So yeah, it's just funny. I love those shirts. Great quality, great material, great logo. What's not
Definitely
to
great.
love?
What is not to love? If you haven't seen it, you see the little logos in the corner. That is us. Brent said he can't wait to review on his latest donation. I'm going to say that for a Sunday.
Yes.
Brent scored me two beautiful beers, and I'm going to try and review them on a Sunday. Like I do those little clips for Twitch. Not this Sunday, of course. That's Future Stars, and God, there's so much music going on in town. We'll talk all about that later. Top 5 list, Jewel Tatey, and I'm sure you're loving it as always. Top 5 bands named after plants, flowers, trees, anything with plants, flowers, trees in the title. In honor of Tulip, I'm thinking, what the hell can I do? This is it.
I
Yeah,
tweaked mine, just so you know.
that's okay. Because
Okay.
at number 5, and I know you're going to start with me right at number 5, I got the Gym Blossoms.
Okay.
All
What do
right.
they think? What?
Hey,
What-
jealousy.
Hey, jealousy.
Hey,
One
jealousy.
hit
Yeah, a lot
wonder.
of
They
good.
were. Are they not? Hey,
Well.
jealousy.
Well, if you listen to the whole album, they got some good songs. Hey, Jealousy is the one that made it big. Number
The
4.
only one.
Number 4 is Bush. Bush.
What a number. Oh man.
It's a tree or a flower or a plant or a shrubbery or
Oh
something.
yeah,
that
it
makes
is.
Bush at number 4. Number 3 is the Wallflowers. Jacob Dylan and his band.
Bigots.
Don't me.
Trying
Number
to be
2.
Bruce.
Number 2. Screaming Trees.
Who's
I love
that? Never even heard of
Oh
them.
my God, you're so young.
What
Screaming
is that?
Trees are like 80s.
What are they saying?
I forget. Don't even put me on the spot.
I've never heard of them. I'm surprised.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Number 1, Jewel. I mean, the Lana Del Rey of Jewel to Jeff's
Good.
Guns N' Roses. Too easy. That's, when I first thought of the topic, I'm like, Guns N' Roses? Very easy. Jewel,
sure.
let's hear your top 5, because I'm sure you're on fire tonight.
I didn't do bands. I'm sorry. I had to do songs because I couldn't. I was like,
That's
what?
okay.
And then I got stumped, and I don't know who Screaming Trees are, so I did songs. But it was good. It was good to, go through the song. I don't even know where it is.
Screaming Trees sings, I nearly lost you there. God, you're so young. Next.
Okay. How about Wildwood Flower, June Carter Cash?
Wow, I like that. Okay.
I know. It was a nice song. Number 4, I'll go with Cherry by Lana Del Rey. Because, that's a tree.
Yeah.
Cherry tree.
Good call. It's a nice little twist to make sure you got Lana in there. I like it.
Yeah, she's in here twice. So
Of course she is.
number 3, Blue Dr. Octagon, aka Cool Keith.
I'm sure it was Blue what? Because you got cut off for that.
Blue
preset.
Flowers.
Blue Flowers. By Cool Keith, huh? How about that? Look at you. Get all rangy.
Oh, you know what? I'm gonna nix the Lana one. She has a song called Guns N' Roses. I was gonna include that, but whatever. I'm going to do Wildflowers in a Mason Jar by John Denver. I couldn't think of anything but flowers. Do I have any trees? Oh, cherry tree.
By all
And
means,
number 1.
please make me write all this out. Got number 1.
Wildflowers in a Mason Jar. Did you get all that?
Yes, I did. Kind of.
And number 1, Lady Gaga really did a great job in A Star Is Born. But I first heard this song on an old French film. I used to take French, and it was this movie called Pa ou Pas Cap, and it means "Are you game? Are you not game?" And it was the song "La Vie en Rose" by Edith Piaf. And I've always loved the song. And then seeing A Star Is Born and Lady Gaga doing it, obviously. But,
You are so damn eclectic sometimes. I absolutely love it. Dude, you really are. Like, I couldn't even follow that sentence, let alone know what the hell you were talking about, man.
well, if you saw A Star Is Born, it's the big French song she does. Have you seen the movie?
Yeah.
Where she's on Cabaret and she does the French song?
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Ladies and gentlemen,
who knows?
A great top 5 list. Before we go back with the top 5 list, Kinsey King made it, and a happy birthday to Mr. Kinsey King.
Happy birthday. We have some birthday shout outs tonight, let me tell you.
We do. We got a few birthday shout outs coming up as well. Great top 5 list. Let's redo it. Jeff at number 5. The Gin Blossoms. Number 4. Bush. Keep it clean. Number 3. The Wallflowers. Number 2. Jules' favorite band, Screaming Trees. And number 1. Axl Rose and Guns N' Roses. Jewel came out with some songs. Number 5 was Wildwood or Flower. I forget the artist.
Wildwood
Flower. God, so bad at this. Number 4, Cherry by some chick that works at Waffle House.
Yes.
Lana Del Rey. Number 3, Blue Flowers by Cool Keith. Number 2, Wildflowers by, wow, let's try to get this again.
Wildflowers in a mason jar.
Wildflowers in a mason jar, I'm sorry, by John Denver. I got so excited about this last one.
La Vie en Rose. Living your life through rose-colored glasses.
By Edith Piaf.
I have done for the past 4 years.
I got a friend on Facebook. That is her Facebook name. La Vie. Her name is Rose. She actually calls her La Vie en Rose. Yeah, it's very cool. She's
really cool. Nice. I want that tattooed, but like every chick has it tattooed. So
really, nah. Can't do what every chick does.
Yeah, gotta be original.
So I was going to talk about. Oh, we're talking about birthday shout outs. I got another one that I lined up here. And I want to wish a super happy birthday to one of our awesome favorite past guests, the one and only local actress and star, Miss Connie Giordano.
Woo!
Yes.
Connie.
Love Connie. Joe, you said you had more?
Yeah. You know whose birthday it is tomorrow? It's
Who?
Chrissy Leaf's.
Chrissy Leaf's birthday tomorrow. I love me some Chrissy Leaf. And for all you who are new to the show, Chrissy Leaf is the reason we sit here today. We do. Hats off to Chrissy. And on our 6-year show, she's about to show her face, which I know she won't do. She won't do it. I know she won't.
That's a good idea. I'm going to make it happen.
Chrissy,
she probably won't, but I'll make it happen.
Yeah, she probably won't. Many years ago, when when I was looking for the male-female aspect of the show, and I had some people, a couple that were close, and Chrissy said, "Do me a favor, my boyfriend's sister is perfect for this," and I'm like, "Okay, here we go." And from the first day, 6 years later to now, blown away. You're fantastic, dude, and I couldn't ask for anybody better. And I love what we do here on Tuesday nights. It's been great. 6 years coming up. 251 or 252 episodes. I think my count is off. But anyway.
I think it might be, but it's fine.
Fine.
6 years is exact. So who cares about the numbers?
Exactly. 6 years is a biggie. Very, very, very sad news. You know, we do entertainment here, so we bring you the best and the worst. Extremely sad news is we lost a legend the other day. Rest in peace, Tony Bennett. Wow, man, just one of the best of all time. A great singer, and of course, part of that legendary group like Sinatra and Dean Martin and Tony Bennett. And, you know, we lost pretty much all of them. Sammy Davis, the whole 9 yards. So rest in peace to the amazing Tony Bennett.
Was he part of the Rat Pack?
No, but it just like that.
That crooner.
Isn't it Mick Jagger's birthday tomorrow? Well, we're going to have to look that up.
I share a birthday with Mozart, so Chrissy shares a birthday with Mick Jagger.
How about that? Look at that. I share a birthday with Ulysses S. Grant.
With Bjork. You do?
Bjork. Yeah.
Ah.
I tell you what, I have a rather, and correct me if I'm wrong, I have a rather obscure crush on Bjork.
You know who is very similar to Bjork, and I've been listening to, like, the past week, like, religiously? Grimes. You know, the chick married to Elon Musk, she's very, like, eccentric.
Yeah.
Her early stuff?
Yeah?
Okay. Right. Yeah, I'm a fan. Her newer stuff is, like, she's got a lot of plastic surgery. She kind of looks crazy, but, yeah, she's cool.
I backed off the Bjork thing because many years ago I used to tell my one buddy, I'm like, I think she's hot. He's like, we got a thing for 13-year-old girls. I'm like, dude, that ain't cool at all.
She is like, she was older when she came out, I thought.
She just looks like a little kid.
She's
4 foot tall, to say the least. And I called you that too, isn't that horrible? So, Brent, who exactly?
Eclectic. There's a difference.
There is a difference.
Means you're weird.
Wow.
I am electric. I don't know.
You're electric, boogie, boogie, boogie. So we did this thing, Jewel, and Jeff has absolutely stepped into a pile of dog shit here. But I wanted to have a little fun, and myself and Jewel, along with the awesome Ray Chase and the dudes over the Happy Hour podcast, have put on a little challenge. The Phillies and the Orioles are playing a 3-game series. As you know, the Phillies lost last night by 1 run. Us versus Happy Hour Pod. Now, the winner, of course, gets the bragging rights. The loser has to wear the opposing team's gear on their show for a month.
What?
And I'm going to... Yeah.
You signed us up for this?
I sure did. But don't worry. Look at your face. So Ray has a Hawaiian shirt, Orioles shirt. He said, dude, if I win it, I'm sending you the Hawaiian shirt to wear on your show for a month. It's only 4 episodes.
No, I didn't agree. Orange is not my color, so...
Are you not a part of this program?
How about I just wear my Flyer shirt inside out? Does that work?
Wear the colors. I'll take care of the rest. But anyway, it is on. And for any of you who are curious of how your yo show's done, I'm most afraid to look.
Yeah, I got it on in the other room. I don't think we're faring well.
I'm afraid to see it. Orioles 2, Phillies 1, top of the 6th. Don't go down with a couple 1-run losses.
What happened yesterday? Trey threw his equipment or something?
2 errors, and then he got called out on strikes. Bad call. And he's whipping off like his wristbands, and they threw him out of the game. Freaking Trey Turner. Not helping the Osho calls. Oh, I got my face on that. You know what I got to do right now? I got to play some music because I'm getting ruined. Let's calm down. Let's come down to earth and let's do what we do best, play some music. Tonight's band is Tulip, and you know what? God, I don't know which one to play first because one absolutely rocks and one is so deep. Let's go Near Death. That's a great
that's
song.
what I was going to suggest.
That's a powerful song. Okay. Near Death is the song. Tulip is the band. And I'm telling you, again, if you're not familiar with this band, get familiar tonight. Yeah, get familiar tonight. Tell your friends, tell your family, tell your enemies because it's just that good. Here it is, Near Death by tonight's guest, Tulip. We'll be back in about 5 minutes right here on the You Show. Tuesday night, enjoy. Make sure the volume's up. It is. Here we go.
I can't even speak, but through it all, I can feel you. Through it all, I can hear you. Tell me what you can see, 'cause through it all, I can touch you. Through it all, I still know you. faith like be born again. Waterbird, come home with me from the underworld drifting. I won't give up on you. Please don't give up on me. I'll carry this bright torch for you. Do you know my name? No, I won't give up on you. Please don't give up on me. Alive in someone else's body, but I know your name. Through it all, I can feel you. Through it all, I can hear you. Through it all, I can see you. Through it all, you are. Through it all, I can feel you. Through it all, I can hear you. Through it all, I can see you. Through it all, you are my dark battle, reminding me of all my dreams. When together, I'm still amazed that you came true for me. Through it all, I could feel you. Through it all, I could hear you. The enemy thought she had you, but I said you are mine. Through it all, I could feel you. Through it all, I could hear you. The enemy thought she had you, but I said you are mine.
Wow. Tulip,
See?
near death. Wow. Yeah, a little bit of an emotional roller coaster as well, but a goodie. And JD Wolf said a little with the little kids, cuties. They were cuties, and you could see the emotion on her face in that one shot. And I was like, ah! But Ashley Simcoe is the lead singer, just a terrific band, and I'm actually having a hard time doing it. They'll be with us in a few minutes. Fire indeed, JD Wolf. Absolutely. There is it. And we have not seen the lovely Miss Joey in a few weeks. Joey, good evening. How are you?
Good.
You know, the audience might need a little reminder, so hit the audience with what they got to do for the O Show.
Make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications and hit that like button in the face, but don't break your screen. And we have merch.
Yeah, merch.
Merch.
Just know if you want merch.
We do have merch. You know, you could see Joey coming of age over the 6 years. Now she's like, yeah, make sure you like and subscribe. Before
Yeah.
you see this dance and she's like get on the mic. Now she's like, yeah, all right, mom, whatever. Yeah, buy the merch. Yeah, let's go.
Yeah.
Yeah, we
You
love
have a
it.
deal.
We have watched our little Joey grow up from just the littlest little tyke some 6 years ago to this lovely young lady who plays softball and dance. And your mother's got you into everything, dude. And I'm proud of you for it. I think it's freaking awesome. And we love you. We absolutely adore you. You're like the daughter I never had.
Oh, Uncle Jeff.
Yeah, Uncle Jeff is. Uncle Jeff's very emotional tonight. Maybe we should cancel the guest. 'Cause I'm going to start crying again.
That's why I brought you in because Jeff started crying.
Jeff was crying. Jeff's like crying all night long. He's like a big weenie tonight.
It's fine. We're gonna have fun.
Yeah.
It's gonna be a big night.
I didn't cry during the Barbie movie. We'll talk about it later tonight.
Oh, we saw the Barbie movie.
I
need to catch up.
indeed saw the Barbie movie. I'm a little upset that the two of you have not.
Well, no
been there yet.
spoilers because we're going to see it this week. So
Yeah.
please.
Well, I won't tell you that Ken dies.
So Ken dies.
Yeah, that's really a way to make it.
Plastic. What, did
Great.
they melt him?
I'm Knuff. Did you see his hoodie? It says I'm Knuff.
I love the everybody in the theater was like going nuts when he had that on.
Oh
Ken.
gosh.
It is everybody's favorite part. And yes, the shark is very emotional tonight. I don't
Yeah,
feel
my
like-
parents call me up like, where's Joey? Like, we're just waiting for Joey to come.
Can you guys just cancel the show and put Joey on?
You do a
It's
good job.
coming.
Yeah.
She does do a good
Part of the
job.
show.
You are a part. You are a crucial part of the show.
I think so.
Because your mother always puts me in my place. So I need somebody to put her in her place. And your daughter is the queen of the eye rolls.
Yeah, she's the only one. She knows how it really is.
She's voguing. She's watching herself on TV. Yeah, she feels it. My nephews used to like to come down. They don't come down anymore.
You know, it's so crazy because if you're not used to it, but you know, she has been doing this for 6 years, so
I know, right? It's
and now her time is done, so she
Right, yeah.
gets a little sign off and she's out.
She gives us a piece. She gives us all the hip things that I know nothing about.
Right.
So,
Yeah, I'm
Peace.
I'm slowly just fading away. But she turns me on to some great music though. Like she listens to these bands and then I listen to them, so
really?
it keeps my ears to the streets.
My nephews turn me on to all these just foul-mouthed YouTube videos with these
Oh
dudes.
no!
And
I
every other
can
word's
watch
like
what she watches
balls.
on YouTube.
Ah,
Oh no!
dude, you can't keep up.
There's a lot of bad stuff on YouTube. You
There
can't-
is a lot of
trust
bad
it.
stuff on YouTube.
Yeah.
A lot of the word balls comes out a lot on
Are you
YouTube.
serious?
Yes.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I am dead serious.
She used to watch that Sniper Wolf, and then she started saying some words. I was like, I don't know about this.
Right? So, goes to show you how great we do here on the program. My good friend Christian Rupert, who I've been friends with for a long time, and we hang out, and we're both big sports nuts. He told me to get my Hawaiian shirt ready. Wowie.
I just want to know if I'm included in this because you made the bet.
Of course you are. You're
Didn't
part
tell
of the
me about
program.
it.
You are part of the program, which means you will be whirling some.
I went to
that
a
didn't
Yankees
sound right
game.
at all.
And I didn't really want to get into a fight, so I wore like a black Phillies shirt to keep under the radar, but still support my boys.
Yeah.
So like, I don't know about wearing another team. I never have done this, so I don't. Feels wrong.
If I'm going to do it, Mr. Philadelphia Bleed the Colors, if I'm going to do it, you can do it. I got faith in you.
You're a gambling man though, and I didn't gamble anything.
It was better than what they wanted. Ray wanted you to go on his show and let you just let him rip into you for like an hour.
Well, I would go on the show, you know.
Their show's a little
Can't
different.
faze me.
Their show's a little different than ours.
I interned for Danny Bonaducci. I think I've earned it.
True. Yeah, you've earned your stripes there. We're about a minute away from Tulip. They have not popped up backstage yet, so we will hang in there and wait. Like I said, there's a little bit of a...
Orange and black. See, at JD, I will wear a flyer shirt. Maybe, you know, turn the logo backwards or something like that. I have a ton of those.
We could do that. Orange and black could be... Well,
Jeff
you know,
really
she-
stepped into it. That's all I gotta say.
Dude,
You know,
I-
I put a $5 bet on the game Saturday. I don't know who we were playing. I forget. But like, no one got a hit. It was like a freaking no hitter. And I was like, yeah, Castellanos, Bryce, and JT all gonna get hits.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then the next day they did great. Like everyone hit. So that's why I don't bet.
Tonight, nobody is hitting. And we're sinking fast. And the funny part is, I got asked by the guys of Happy Hour to join them on Friday. And I don't know if I want to now.
On Friday?
As Trey
yeah.
Turner strikes out again. Thank you, Trey Turner.
I would say I would back you up, but I just feel like I'm, cleaning up your mess here.
Kind of. Maybe Joey can wear the Orioles gear.
No, you're not doing that to her. Get
What?
out of here wearing another team's colors.
Wearing Orioles colors, Oriole gear. I did see the post on Instagram where Tulip said they are appearing live tonight. Hopefully they got the right time zone.
Wow.
Time zones. I hate time zones.
Oh yeah, we're what? I can't speak
Eastern.
tonight.
We're Eastern.
An hour away from Texas though.
Are
Like
we?
an hour off, or
Crap.
2 hours. No, maybe 2.
I did say 8 p.m. Eastern several times, so we'll hang
It's
in.
Nashville. Nashville's 2 hours behind, right?
I think it's only an hour
No
behind.
time zones. Nashville's 1. Texas is 2.
Don't make me
California,
laugh, bro. California's 3. I think.
yeah, I know that.
Yeah.
I
We're
think
very
like
used to that by now.
Yes.
yeah. See,
Very.
yeah. Yes, very. And England is what?
8,
6, 8.
10, 12.
We can't count.
I know.
I tell you, we ate that one.
Yeah, you're an hour. So
You're an hour. Minnesota. That's.
I know geography.
You did. You were our geography champion when we did that 24-hour thing. And you
I love
whipped up
geography.
that girl
All I
to
do
like
is look at
disappear.
maps. I think maps are fascinating.
Math is hard. So Tulip, if you're out there watching, jump on in. Your time is here. Your time is passing.
The time has come.
The time has come for Tulip. I'm excited. I'm also excited to see this Oppenheimer movie. Everybody's talking about Oppenheimer.
They are, yeah. People are like doing a double feature. So going to see the Barbie movie. This is what Duck's doing at least. Going to see the Barbie movie and then right after Oppenheimer. Can you believe Amy Schumer was going to be Barbie?
Dude, I would not have seen it because I hate to say it. When you're on a program that does entertainment, you don't like to say you don't really like anybody. I'm not an Amy Schumer fan.
A lot of people
At
don't
all.
like her. I think she's hilarious.
And the funny thing about that, and I can appreciate it, so tomorrow night, not to do a cheap plug, but tomorrow night we're going to do Yo Show Wednesday, and our guest co-host is Ashley Pontius. And she is like what Amy Schumer really should be. She's funny, she's cool, and like she's a comedian, and she's great. She could be the guest co-host tomorrow night. And
Oh my God. Can she come back on? Because I love comedians so much.
oh, what that we gonna do?
Harper Home Run.
Harper home run! Where's Christian Rupert at when you need him? So with the Bryce Harper home run, that now makes it 2-2 as we go. Now Jewel all of a sudden's getting excited. Now she wants in
Yeah.
on this bet.
Yeah, what
you
do
know-
they have to do? Do they have to wear Phillies stuff?
Dude, I actually told them I will buy them both Fanatic headbands.
Oh, no, they have to wear our colors. I feel like that's cheating.
The Fanatic headband's slightly embarrassing to wear on the show. I wore it on theirs one time, and they had this porn star on who's like staring at it, like, what is on that weird guy's head? Now, Paris Hilton can't act there,
You
dude.
thought it was something else.
No, so I'll get into it a little bit because Tulip is running a little bit late. And I'll
Okay.
message them and let them know. But we're going to talk a little bit about the Barbie movie, okay? Because I got so much heat for going, but why? Like, my wife wanted to go, our friend Ray.
I heard it's not for children.
It has innuendos,
Okay.
if you will.
So did
And-
every other movie that we grew up with.
Right. It's not, it is very, it's filled with, I don't say man bashing, but it's very female oriented, very female strong. It's about the strength of women, which is cool. And as you'll see, you got to see the movie to really understand where it goes because it's actually pretty funny as well. It's funny, has a lot of funny moments, has a lot of, oh my God, I never noticed moments, a lot of Barbie moments, like childhood stuff where a lot of the young girls are all like, oh. I love, adore, worship, as you know, Margot Robbie. I think she is gorgeous. She's funny in it. She's very cool in it. You know, oh, come on, dude. You got to talk about it. Everybody's talking about it. I didn't see Oppenheimer yet, so we got to do Barbie movie. But, good all in all. Like, you know, Ryan Gosling and, like, my wife pretty much, like, leaned. Every time he came on the screen, she went, like she was leaning up. Like, everybody gets into that.
I feel like it's going to be the Mario movie where there's so many like Easter eggs and characters that we forgot about. Like, I know like Barbie through the years. I never even owned a Barbie because my older sister was so obsessed with Barbies. Like our whole attic was full of them. So I was just not a fan. Like I had my like stuffed animals and notebooks and my sister was the Barbie girl. But I can appreciate the nostalgia, and every year my mom gets a holiday Barbie and I think it'll be cute. And it's so funny because ever since, the hype, Joey has like dug out or she doesn't have many, but she dug out like her Barbie dolls and stuff. I'm like, oh, I miss when she played with dolls.
That's kind of where the movie starts to touch of like, being a kid and your memories of Barbie and all that. And it's cute. I know, like, people are like, corny. How many yo's for the Barbie movie out of
5.
yo's? Out of 5 yo's, I give it. Man, I don't want to go 4. I give it like a 3.5 yo's
Okay.
because there's a lot of cheesiness to it.
Yeah, but there's a lot of people in it, like so many people, right?
Yeah, there is, and they actually talk about actors who turned down being a Ken because it's all, and that's
who
like the
turned
one.
it down? I want to know.
I forget. I was
I think
looking it
Ryan
up.
Gosling's a little too old, man.
Oh, he was a good Ken, but he wasn't like. It wasn't what you expect
I mean,
from Ken and
Barbie's a
Barbie.
teenager. No, actually,
She is?
So yeah, the doll. I mean, Margot Robbie's like what, late 20s? I'm just saying. I know they made it like all Hollywood, but
I get it. Radio 717, awesome group of dudes up there in the Mechanicsburg area who do a lot of great work at Love Drafts, and I get it. My wife wanted to see it. Our good friend wanted to see it. I'm like, you know what? Why not? Something to talk about on the show. And my buddies are like, weak. Not really. My wife loved me for it.
oh, whatever. I don't think any was. It's the hottest movie out. So you know what I saw this weekend, and I told Jeff, like as I was watching it, after I was watching it, I'm like, I was pretty impressed. Like, first of all, I didn't want to see it in the movies on purpose, and I didn't want to
Blank
buy
casting.
it anywhere because the casting, I don't know why they didn't recast Ezra Miller because he's a straight up monster. He should be in jail. But I just wanted to know the story and Michael Keaton, of course, but The Flash. And I watched it with
Yes.
my sister, and halfway through, I'm like, I didn't even want to watch this, but it's really good. And she's like, well, why not? I'm like, dude, that dude. And then I told her the story. She paused the movie, had to like do all her research, and she didn't even want to finish the film. I'm like, well, we're not like buying the movie. But anyway, it was really, really well done, especially for DC. I'm like, damn, like there's parts I was like cheering and like the nostalgia and everything else, like tributes to things. I was like, I was really like blown away. It was funny. Like I laughed like out loud a bunch of times, like all throughout. And yeah, fight scenes are awesome, and I recommend, man. I can't believe it, but it blew me away because the superhero movie I think I saw was Black Adam, and I was so disappointed. I'm like,
Yeah,
this
you
is
hated
like
it.
worse. And Shazam was terrible. The second one, I'm like, oh my
Really? I didn't even see it. I didn't
why
see
can't you just
Shazam.
do it right? Like you have comic books, like there's the story. Just go off of that. But it was well worth a watch, and I'm glad I watched it.
It was funny because when we were having this talk and I told Jewel, I'm like, I'm going to see the Barbie movie. And Jewel's like, I just watched The Flash. And I said this to Jewel and she found it hilarious. It was like a gender reversal role. Like here's like the girl watching The Flash. Here is the dude watching the Barbie movie. And, it's
That's what we like.
a little embarrassing. It's a little embarrassing. All right,
I was
so
embarrassed.
I was embarrassed. I'm not embarrassed, but it's like, wow. And I even told my wife, like, wow, Jules saw The Flash. And she's like, yeah. I'm like, I saw the Barbie movie. I'm with you. It was, I mean, Barbie was
Fun
very
for
feminine, but fun for all, but gender neutral. Speaking of fun for all, our guest is backstage. Guys, give me a thumbs up if you're ready, and we'll pop you on in. Excellent. So, we heard a song from them earlier this evening. They are with us live. Let's see what they said. Oh, we're there. Ashley's coming shortly. Okay, so we're going to start out. Ashley will be joining shortly, but right now, let's give it up for the guys from the awesome band Tulip. Gentlemen, what is up?
What's up, Jeff?
Guys,
And Jewel, how's it going?
hi.
It's fantastic. We are thrilled to have you guys here. Thank you so much for that, and we're very happy about it. And I know, like we communicated, and you guys were great, and you answered so quickly and agreed to come on. I'm sorry, just going through some things here, makes you ready. But thank you so much for coming on. You guys have a tremendous following, a tremendous amount of albums, and your music is sensational. First of all, Congratulations on the brand new album. Very well reviewed. Nothing but great reviews on The Perpetual Dream. And I know Ashley's not here, but guys, talk to us a little bit about the creation of this album because it is sensational.
Oh, thank you. Well, I'll start it off. We're actually right now we're in Cody's studio. So Cody is one of the guitar players slash bass player. So
Wow. All right.
all the bass on the record, as well as he's a guitar player for us live and otherwise. So we basically we started working on the record last year, and I think we wanted to make something that was linear, right? We tend to work that way when we're making music. So the album is sort of separated into 3 sections, and the each section is bookended by like little interludes. So the record
Very
starts
cool.
with this sort of electronic intro, and then there's sort of another kind of like almost hip hoppy interlude, and then there's this quiet piano ballad for the last section. So I don't know. We spent probably a year slowly working on it, and live drums, live guitars, live bass, orchestra, keyboards. I don't know. You got anything to add?
No, I mean, I had a blast playing the bass. This guy's pretty much the mastermind when it comes to composition and all that kind of stuff. And I just follow his lead and help try to make it as best as I can.
Very cool. Cody got a little bit of like a Wolfgang Van Halen thing going on there.
Yeah,
That's
in the mullet game right now.
There you go. Okay.
Hey,
But
it's probably-
it definitely works. But it's very cool, and you talk about different interludes and different cuts and different movements. Kind of like I compare it to Rush, and a lot of people like to pay homage to Rush in the way they make their albums and their music. You know what I mean? Right, there you go. And you can kind of get a feel of it. Like I made my way through the album. Obviously, just some great music, and so I love it. I absolutely love what you guys do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah.
And I wanted to add on to that because I love interludes. Like half of my Spotify playlist is just interludes. How do you know when it's just? I mean, is it like a jam session that you guys talk about? Like, hey, this would be a great interlude, or is it just like not a fully formed song? Like, what's your take on that?
Yeah. I mean, in this particular case, I think the tracks that ended up making their way onto the record as interludes were tracks that I had kind of noodled on separately, but didn't quite fit our sound. Like that intro, which is more electronic, kind of fits more into the what I would call like dark synthwave, which is sort of like all electronic, kind of a throwback to that 80s like retro computer synthesized sound. So it was hard to envision how that would become like a full-blown Tulip track, but we liked it, so it's usually stuff that doesn't quite work as a full track. But funny you mentioned that you liked the interludes, because somebody just recently shared like a reel where they were working out to the third interlude, which is this kind of piano ballady type track, which didn't feel like it would fit in the context of working out, but it was sort of like a montage of his progress where it was, he was getting better. And I was really touched by that because I didn't think anybody would listen to that stuff, but this guy had found it and liked it. So by the way, we got Ashley here. Come on in. Come sit.
Yeah, here, let me swap.
All right, come join us. Good. Let's welcome Ashley to the show. Ashley, good evening. The voice behind the magic of Tulip, and we basically started out with the guys just absolutely kissing your butt because the music is terrific. We absolutely we do love it. We love the vocals. We love the instruments, and we played Near Death. And in the beginning of Near Death, you start to get a little choked up, a little emotional, and then all of a sudden, just boom, just absolutely comes out and kicks ass. Tell us a little bit about, I guess, the threes. If you have different takes, tell us a little bit about the songwriting and who comes up with what ideas and how it all comes together.
For that specific song, I think that we knew that we wanted to make a song. The song's about our daughter, who's 3 now, but we almost lost her in utero, and we knew we wanted to write something about that experience. And I mean, the near death kind of title, even we had kind of like batted around for various things, but that song, I think you did the instrumentals for first, and then kind of handed it off to me, but it was like pretty raw. And I had this this melody that I remembered from when I used to sing opera, and it was this da 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 da, and it wasn't exactly the same, but
That
it
gave
just
me a little chill.
No, that sounded like Zelda.
I know. I was like,
exactly, and it all just, these like synchronicities, they all come together. And so I just kept thinking to myself, through this whole process, like the whole time, I felt I could feel her, I could hear her, I could see her growing up in my mind. And even though we were being told that the worst is happening, I just knew intuitively that it wasn't. And I just believed that she was going to make it. So that's sort of how the song came to be. And then we made this incredible video to accompany it with her in it, so yeah.
Yeah,
it's the. Oh, I'm sorry. I was gonna say the scenes with her in it are just.
Oh
I
no,
think Jeff's frozen.
Oh, Jeff, some,
not the shark.
yeah.
Did I freeze?
Sorry. Yeah,
Yeah.
for a little bit.
Oh,
Sorry.
okay. Good, because I was talking about me getting all emotional. But anyway,
Sorry. Yeah, no, start again, Jeff, because I
Yeah.
think we lost the whole question.
I basically said like the videos of your daughter she's gorgeous, just amazing, and congratulations. And adding that, and like I said, adding the emotional to it. I know I hear you get emotional. So even in the video, you have a moment where it's like it really takes you over. Real life music, does it really add a power to writing any story, any song?
Oh, I think for sure. I mean, lyrically, that's where I always come from. Our real world experiences and stories that have happened in our lives, and we have had quite a journey. I mean, all of us have, and so I mean, for sure, we always draw on stuff that's happened and like things that we dream about for the future. Yeah, it's all of our music is, I think, incredibly personal. So, yeah.
It's beautiful, and there's an extended version on the album, and yeah, just listening to the album, and your videos are so well put together, and they bring about the feeling as well. Can you explain for the audience that doesn't know the symphonic metal and where you draw that style from?
No, I cannot.
Cody?
Cody.
We'll put Cody on the spot here because we're
Absolutely.
we're having dinner, so
Yeah.
we might as well put Cody on the spot, right?
I mean, I suppose. It's funny because personally, I don't have tons of experience in the genre. I'm newer to the band as of a couple of years, but growing up, I didn't really listen or play that kind of metal. So meeting them a few years back and getting into their band was kind of like my first dive into that sound. Like specifically, I mean, obviously I'd heard bands like that in that ballpark before, but I had never really taken the time to actually sit down and listen to it. And originally they had hired me to work on some drum production stuff for their first album. And so that's when I really got to listen to each layer, each stem they had sent, and really started to like fall in love with that sound. So personally, I don't know how to even come up with that sound, but I love it. And then kind of adding what I think could sound cool with it, as far as like in the bass department and stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, this guy again is like a freaking genius when it comes to writing all these multiple layers of sounds.
But that was our sneaky trick to like hook you in, and then
And you bring different elements in that you would never even probably think of. So that is a sneaky trick.
Cody's being modest too, because he's an exceptional guitar player. And one of the things that I think really enhanced the last record was we opted to do live bass. Historically, we've programmed the bass, which in music production terms is just like we have basically a synthesizer that plays the bass parts. But Cody actually played everything in, and I think there's a sort of organic nature to the last record that was maybe missing from the last two that to me makes a big difference. So yeah, it's a collaborative thing once we get into the actual production, and it's great to have between myself, Cody, our drummer Ryan, like we all have our own production shops, so we're able to kind of piece all that together and come up with something that I think sounds pretty real. Is probably the right way to put it.
It's definitely real. It's
sonic metal. Like, what is it?
Oh, okay.
Right.
Well, yes, metal. That's a genre. Like,
everybody's dodging that question, but
okay. So when I was a teenager, right? what was popular in film. It was like, you know, Gladiator and all the Hans Zimmer film score stuff. So Pirates of the Caribbean. What were some others? Like The Rock was another good one that he did. So basically, that bombastic, like heavy metal orchestral sound was in all the film stuff at the time. So I was into that, and I'm not sure that I was necessarily like, I'm not a big film person, but I like that sound, and I'm not entirely sure why I gravitated towards it. But once I figured out that there were metal bands that did that, that just was what inspired me. So it to Cody's point, right? Like, I think for us, when we write, the layering is a big part of the sound, and so we don't write as much like technically difficult riff stuff guitar wise,
Right.
or complicated, you know, melodic stuff necessarily, but we like that like harmonic breadth of all these layers when they all stack together and you get that kind of big chord that, you know, that's more what you hear in our music. So that's probably the quickest way to explain it.
It's like the wall of sound.
Yeah, the wall of sound.
I wanted to touch on Ashley because you're an opera singer. Your voice is phenomenal. But I also heard you're a hip hop fan. I was just curious of like who you like, because I'm a big hip hop head myself, and then we can go down the lane of influences.
Let's do it. I mean, I think I got into it really in the 90s stuff. I love the Roots. I love
Philly.
Philly, yep, Philly.
all that conscious stuff, and then, you know, Method Man and
Wu-Tang?
right, like that's kind of how I came into all the hip hop stuff. I always really loved all the real lyricists. So obviously Black Thought, and just the poetry of the whole thing, Common. And then, yeah, I also was a dancer and a cheerleader, you know, through my teens and into college. And so the dancing element was a big part of why I loved hip hop and being able to move to that kind of stuff. And I still kind of do that on stage. I still dance a lot and move a lot on stage. And so that's why when we write, even though we're symphonic metal, we still have what is the word, gent, right? Yeah. It's like the
bouncy,
the groovy.
Gent's not a genre, but
Right, gent's not a genre. Okay. But
yes, Ashley, I'm not going to take over for you, but you like the groove oriented
Yes,
stuff, right? You're
for
not
sure.
as big, and she doesn't really like the power metal, like fast stuff. Whenever we write a fast song, she's always so annoyed with it. And I'm like,
It's hard for me to write to that. It's just, it's
I'm writing that down, so I remember when you get a hard one out there.
right. Yeah.
Even when Colin was showing me like how he came up with the vibe of a drum beat for one of the songs off the new album, he was showing me like a Megan Thee Stallion song.
Yes.
Yeah. Like a trap beat.
And just the way that
Hits.
the kick and bass were working together in that song.
Mm-hmm.
And then we kind of like, and he's like, okay, now listen to this drum beat and this track. What was it? Assassins?
Assassins, yeah.
It's
Yeah.
Assassins,
If you listen to the song Assassins and you put on Body by Megan Thee Stallion, you'll be like basically for me,
Ashley's like bad about
You know, that's such a deal. Different tempo, which changes.
well,
it
no,
quite a
the
bit.
tempo is the thing. Like, to me, the tempo, the pocket of a song is really what makes it from a, like, if you wanted to be inspired by something else without copying it, if you just work with the same tempo, then you get that vibe without copying it. So if you listen to Assassins and you listen to Body, you would hear that. You would hear the fact that the drum pattern is roughly the same, but the rest of it doesn't sound anything like it, right? So
Right.
Very
And
cool.
yes,
my wife had to pop in.
Also, yes. Yeah.
And I got to make sure I say hello to my wife, because last week I did not, and I never heard the end of it. My wife Cassie's in the house. Thank you for tuning in. And the thing that she loves, and I think she'll get into this too, she watches the show. She's like, that band was amazing. And her list is now all the bands that we bring on here, and for good reason. Every time I get a band on here, their music right on my phone right away. It's funny though, because, and again, it might sound wrong, but you get the male-female bands, and the women are like, I was in opera, I was on stage and plays, I was a dancer, and the guys are like, yeah, we just like start shredding and we practice every day, and I'm like, man, it's so different. Like, the dudes just shove and keep hitting the instruments. And I'm a massive fan nowadays of, I don't want to call it a genre because the females hate it, but the female singer and the kick-ass band behind them. Like I absolutely love it. I think it's a great new wave.
Yeah.
How do you guys feel like when you write a song and you know it's going to get more of that higher pitch, that operatic type sound out of Ashley? Do you adjust? Do you
Or
want to
can
go
go
real
full
hard?
throttle.
Yeah. Do you still go full throttle and just make her work? You know she hates it.
Yes.
Yeah,
I think that, yes, you do.
I think I've said it before, but I'll say it again. And to me, the thing about the female-fronted metal thing, right, which some people react to negatively, they don't
I
like
don't,
the
I personally think it's a great,
I love it. Absolutely love it.
Yeah, well, the way that I would explain it is that the female vocal register is higher than the male vocal register. So you actually create more space, like sonically, right? And you
Damn.
have a female vocal on top of all this dense guitar, and in our case, especially orchestration, right? So to me, like, if you were to tell me, like, you know, this band it's a metal band, but there's a female vocalist, I'm probably gonna like it more in general because I personally gravitate towards that style of arrangement where it's like you've
Yeah.
got all this massive instrumentation, then you've got a clear, you know, ethereal female vocal stacked on top of it. Now, screaming is a whole different thing, but like in general, I don't think I said this to somebody else, but like I can't think of a metal band that has a baritone male vocal. You know what I mean? Like just because of the rubbing between all the instrumentation, it would be like really difficult to pull that off, right? There's tenors, like think of like Bruce Dickinson and Iron Maiden kind of stuff. There are men that can sing up in that register for sure. But in general, I like the female vocal against metal because of that separation, you know, which is harder to achieve if you're a guy, basically, is my perspective. But
I got to tell you,
Yeah.
not to cut you off, but Colin, I'm blown away by the articulate answer. It's genius. It's absolutely intelligent. I love bands that just work so hard at it and just really know how to present it. Like that was, God, 6 years of doing this show.
We
No
ask that
offense to
question a
anybody,
lot.
right? No offense to anybody that's ever been on. That was one of the greatest answers I've ever heard about music. Like, all right, Colin, ladies and gentlemen. By the way, that's a sensational way of putting it, and I love it because they said we love the female vocals, we love the dudes that get behind and just absolutely shred. It's become part of us here. We absolutely dig it. So just great answer. I'm gonna walk away. I think I've had enough. Jewel, get in there. You're up.
Yeah, I mean, just going back to the beginning, like you guys are originally from Canada. How was the transition from Canada coming to the States? I know you guys are like huge in Europe as well. Like, what was the transition like? Just the differences between, I don't know, worldwide. How and what's your like favorite scene? What's your most comfortable spot to be at? I know you have roots now, but where are you most comfortable?
Like geographically?
I mean, I playing wise, I guess. Is it more like is it more hype in Europe and out there, or where do you like to play?
I mean, well, first, to answer your first part of the question, we love Texas, and the transition was amazing. So this is our forever home. There's a lot to love about Canada as well, but we love it here, and this is where we'll be forever. And I don't know, where's our favorite place to be? I mean, I'm happy on stage anywhere. I love being on stage and performing. I'll sing to 5 people or 500 or 5,000. I'm happy anytime.
like maybe I mean Cody's a native Oklahoman technically, or Texan.
No, Texas.
Wow.
Technically. Okay, so maybe Cody can speak to the scene here, but the scene in Texas has historically, I think, been more like hardcore /
Yeah, I mean, it's going through phases. Obviously, like generally in the US, I feel like hardcore, that kind of metal is really popular. There's tons of bands out there doing massive tours right now with that sound. So obviously the DFW, Dallas-Fort Worth area, tons of hardcore shows are going on. But there is always been like a great blend of genres out here. Mm-hmm. Just like, you know, in places like big hubs like Austin, or if you went up to like Seattle and stuff, there's always going to be like a good mix of everything. It just kind of depends on the time of what's more prevalent, I guess. But there's tons of indie rock, great stuff. There's out closer to where they live in the Denton area. It's more of a college town, so there's tons of real artsy kind of rock and metal and stuff out there. So really just wherever you're at in this metroplex, you can kind of find something that you're into, which is great.
Very cool. there's quite a metal scene and hard rock scene going on here in PA. And I just want to say to kind of tug your strings to come up this way.
You're in the
So
area.
Where are you in
So
PA?
we're kind of
Like
towards
Philly.
we're like the Philly area, like
Okay.
right outside of Philadelphia, like the suburbs of it. And then I see my dudes chiming in from Radio 717, and they do a lot of great metal bands and hard rock bands. They throw shows. They asked what you do, what do you do? Tune your guitars to? I like questions like that, and they're all over the Denton area too. So
Mean Green.
bring you up that way. That's a good question. What do you do to tune and jam, and how do you get ready? I love stuff like that.
So another thing that blew my mind about this band, this freaking guy's mind and how it works is when I did listen to him, one of my old bands has played a show with them. So I'd seen them live once before that. And I was a little confused because Colin was playing a 6-string guitar. Their other guitarist at the time was playing a 8-string guitar.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so I was like, I know that can work, but what's going on there? Why is that the case? And then whenever I started working on material with them, I was asking them what tunings, and basically if you just take a 6-string guitar, A, which is pretty prevalent and standard, a lot of metal nowadays, A. But then there's some songs like Assassins that are super low and throaty, and all he does is tune down the top string. So everything else would still technically be in drop A, but the top string will go down to either drop F sharp or drop E, which is basically the bass octave or what a standard bass would be tuned to, which is just insane. I mean, the strings that we have to use for that top string are so thick to be able to get the proper tension.
Yeah.
Very
So
cool.
for your guitar fans or people that understand, right, what ends up happening is when you tune the top string all the way down to what ends up being like E below a standard E, you get the lowest 2 strings in the guitar are an octave apart. So that creates some interesting, like what you would normally fret as say like a power chord, ends up being like an octave across the top 2 strings. And then you can, so anyway, without getting too technical, you can do some interesting things with the shapes that you would normally make for a standard tuning guitar with these weird tunings and create some sort of new sounds, right?
Yeah.
So
And it makes what would be an extremely tricky riff a little easier to maintain the playing of.
Yes, he seems a little surprised you go from a 4th, 5th on a drop A. I mean, I'm not guitar savvy enough to know what half of that is. I know you guys will. That's why I'm bringing it to you. It's pretty cool. But like I said, like in the PA area, and these guys do a lot of work in PA. We got to drag us up here sometime, man, and hit
Yes, we'd
the
love
metal
to.
scene, man.
We're definitely just waiting for that next
Hit
opportunity to hit the road for sure.
Yeah.
Definitely. And yeah, go ahead, Joel. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut
Oh,
you.
sorry. And you guys just collaborated with your booking agency? Are you still with them? Or are you branching out more this year, maybe?
Yeah, so we recently signed with Continental Touring. They represent a bunch of big metal acts on the North American side. So we're working. It's a long, long story. We were supposed to go to Europe in 2019.
Wow.
The pandemic happened. That didn't happen. Then we were going to go this fall. That got postponed. So now we're really trying to make it over to Europe before we end up touring again in the U.S. But that might not happen, and thus we might end up touring in the U.S. So
Okay.
I don't know just yet.
We haven't done really the East Coast yet. The tour we just came off of was mostly Texas and Midwest and Colorado and stuff. Yeah.
But yeah,
And how was that? Like, what was the best part of tour? I know you guys have a big family. Like, what were the challenges, best parts, peak and pit?
I don't know. I mean, peak and pit. Okay.
Being away from kids was really hard.
It was hard.
I have 2 sons
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah.
So that was the first
miss
time.
them.
I'm a stay-at-home dad. I run my studio from my house, so I'm always with them. So that was really like a different experience for sure, being away from them. But it was also one of my first tours to be on too, so that was a great experience. Just getting to play a show every night, bam, 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 seeing different city every day. We also made it a point to like make time in the drives to stop places and really enjoy the scenery. We went to the Grand Canyon and did all that kind of stuff. So was more than just us playing shows. We kind of took like a band vacation together, which
Yeah,
was cool.
and I think like becoming friends with the other guys on the package, which was great. The Dropout Kings guys and the Through Fire guys and the Il Nino guys. I mean, I was the only girl, but
It was cool. It was a
Yeah,
pretty good mashup
it was
of genres
and
in
really
the metal
just like
world.
wonderful people to be on tour with. Yeah.
Yeah, and to Cody's point too, right? We're in our 30s, so touring can't be like living literally in the back of a van and not
For the
eating
year,
for 2 weeks. We try to treat it a little more like a vacation, and we spend some time trying to do some other things while we're out, and it worked well because of the Texas dates. We got home after just I guess like 2 weeks, so we were kind of we were back at home with the kids, and then we kind of would go out to a show and come back, and so it's a little harder to work logistically, but if you can make it work, it's not too bad. It's not a real grind.
And like also, of course, I think meeting all the people after the shows and talking to them about what they thought of the set, and if they then when they would want to buy like a T-shirt or CD or anything or take a picture. I mean that. It's never lost on me. It's never lost on any of us that we have to sign something.
So
like,
strange signing so much stuff,
it
but
was
really cool. Yeah,
it really means a lot to us.
That's got to be pretty cool. I've never signed anything for anybody in my little program here. But
Yeah,
One thing for Brent, don't cut yourself short, Jeff.
right.
One
Thank you.
time.
right, one time we did this poster. It was a live appearance. It was a disaster, but we finally did get this signed. So what's next? Every band says the same thing. Like, oh, we got tons of music lined up, and this tour, that tour. And you're talking about touring. So what's next? When can we expect more stuff? I mean, I know the new album just came out, and it's amazing. But what's next for you guys after you kind of take it in and put the stuff out and a little downtime? Then what are you thinking of your future?
Well, I'll say obviously, like on the touring front, we want to try to get out there again this year, so that hopefully will happen in the fall. Cody and I have been sharing back and forth a few little snippets of ideas for a next album, like we did with the Perpetual Dream, and really the way we do with everything. I think we'll try to do something more conceptual, and one thing we've been batting around is trying to do something a little more immersive at sort of a video / multimedia level. So can't give away too much on that, but we have a few little lines out to different folks to try to figure that out. But probably
a video game. You're making a video game,
Right?
that would be amazing.
I mean, actually, maybe.
It all boils down to it's a cost thing, right? I mean, like we do anything. People are always like, "Oh, will you press vinyls?" And it's like, well, we're independent at this point, so
Yeah.
we would be paying for the vinyl pressing unless we pre-sell enough of them to make it worthwhile. It's hard to justify the expense. So long story short,
I'm one of those people that want the vinyl too.
Right.
Yeah.
Sure. Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
But yeah, just trying to come up with ways to make the entire package more than just music, and that's where everything is kind of headed that way. So we're trying to think of some ways to do that with the next record, which will very likely not be anywhere near complete until next year, but at least the seeds are there of what's next.
Yeah, and we're working on some collaborations with people, and
Any names?
well, I can tell you.
No, yeah. Okay. All right.
So, I guess I was just hoping for a metal Christmas album after hearing that underneath the tree.
Well, we you know what? We did our Kelly Clarkson last week.
Which is
Yes.
amazing.
Something. I loved it.
Actually, probably put that out as a full song.
Yeah. You know what? Like we can talk about it. What we want to do a bunch of covers. But the thing is like, it's tedious to record, and then like we did a little fun thing for the 4th of July where we did like a kind of a USA song, and it's like
also amazing.
It requires a lot of time and energy to do that stuff, and it's sort of like, to what end? Do we really want to spend all the man hours on making covers, or do we just want to move to the next thing? But we will probably do a couple covers.
We'll do a few. We'll do a few.
So maybe we'll do that. Fill in the gaps. Yeah.
Any band that you really are dying to cover?
Dying to cover?
Somebody you really want to you know.
Well, I personally love Pat Benatar, so I would love
Oh,
any.
maybe metal it up a little bit. We had a band on last week, and they did Rebel Yell, and they kind of metaled it up a little. Like they really
It was
pushed
cool.
it. It was very cool, and like we like stuff like that. And I like a metal spin on any song.
And your
Like,
covers are just phenomenal. So whatever you guys create, I'm sure will be amazing.
Yeah, we've got a few cool ideas, I think. Yeah.
I definitely love that. The one thing always like we find a lot of these bands for social media and it suggests. And when I found your band, I listened to like one song. I'm like, oh, I'm hooked. And then I looked, I'm like, you have a massive following, and I want to say that for a reason. You got a massive following on social media, but you don't go after here's a single, here's a single. You actually put out albums. Do you think too many people are trying to go the cheap way and like, oh, here's a single, let social media play with it, and we'll be back? Do you like that album approach more?
How much time we have?
However much time you want.
Well, I mean, we did. In fairness, we did release quite a few of the songs as singles first,
Yeah.
just because
That's the
prepping
sort of
the album
thing.
and everything ourselves, it takes a long time. So instead of completely waiting till everything's done, it's nice to be able to trickle some stuff out, and also just so that you can kind of gain interest in an album, because albums are great. I love albums. When I listen to music, I don't just like pick a song I want to listen to. I pick which band and what
Yes.
album. I put it on.
Yeah,
I
me
listen to the
too.
whole thing. That's how I am personally. I grew up in the 90s listening to tapes and CDs all the time.
Mhm.
So, and like I said, I collect vinyls now, and that's whole part of the experience for me. But realistically, in today's market, unless you have a good fan base, which we do have a good following, but
Yeah.
you have to have a fan base that is really interactive in what you're doing. So, it's good to do those singles so that they gain interest in being able to want to sit down and listen to 30 minutes of your music or 45 minutes of your music. So I do think personally that singles are smart to build your audience. But if you're an established band, for sure, I say albums, they're the way to go. That's what a lot of people still want. A full listening experience. And kind of going back to you were talking about with interludes and stuff, it's kind of a lost art for bands, the whole interludes thing, because it is a constant release of singles that build an EP or whatever. But interludes are amazing because they're in an album to kind of create that dynamic and break up the flow of things, so that it's kind of like a palate cleanser for what's going to come next in the album. So
Wow.
I mean, albums are great. I'd love to do albums all day. When bands come in here to record, if I've never really heard of them, or if they're a newer band and they come in with the expectation like, hey, we have this full album's worth of material, I'm totally fine with recording it all for them. But I like to be honest and upfront with them at first and say, hey, like if you're going to do this full album, you should definitely consider at least taking 2 or 3 of these songs and spacing them out over a few months, so that you can kind of build interest in the area, so that when you drop this album that you spent all this time and effort and money on, that it's worth it for you, and you get a little bit of a return on it. If it's not financial, at least it's people coming to your shows and stuff like that. So you kind of have to think about all that stuff
Yeah, it's a
separately as
game.
tools
Yeah.
to
Sure.
build yourself up.
And it's got to be hard to get to that final point. But like I said, I mean, and for me, being from an older generation, I love hearing the fact that people still love to put on albums and sit through albums, and because songs get lost. Great songs get lost sometimes on an album. So sit down and listen to the whole darn thing. I still got my vinyl over there. I got a record player. I love it. And when Tulip comes out with one, I, of course, want one. Well, I want 2. I need one autographed that I'll store forever and one that I'll play.
That has to be tough too, to like select the single, because the album's your baby, and you have to think like, well, what is everyone really going to gravitate to?
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we, like I mentioned off the top, we tend to write like linearly, so really none of the songs feel like they stand alone. Like they don't. So
It's awesome.
selecting them is hard, because we don't even select them based. I wouldn't say we select them based on our favorites. We select them based on what we think will grab people most quickly for singles, right? Which is that's the way it's always been done. You can't get too upset about it. It's just the way it is, right? But half of the time, to your point, Jeff, like there are songs in the record that we love way more than the stuff that came out on singles. But it's just like if you've got a 6-minute song, it's not a great plan to put that out first. It just tends to alienate a subset of listeners. So yeah, it's a fine balancing act between staying true to what you want to create and trying to grow the brand, basically, which is what at some level, music is. It's just entertainment, and you've got to get people to listen to it. So, you gotta at least follow some semblance of the way it's done, basically, right? So,
and it's still a guessing game at the end of the day.
We guess wrong.
We can think like,
and then the 30-second interlude becomes a TikTok viral. It's just wild.
There's really no rhyme or reason to what kept on. Like, you can have a general idea for sure, but you never know what people are going to connect with at the end of the day.
I agree. Some people do love long songs. I like long songs. We talk about Rush. Like I get into some of these long ones, especially like the real good ones that have different twists and are all over. I love stuff like that. And that pays a little more homage to a little more of the classic rock, etc. And you guys just keep doing what you're doing, because I got to tell you, you're doing it perfectly. And when more stuff comes out, we'd love to welcome you back. This is a giant thrill for us. I've been looking forward to this for a while. And you guys are, I don't want to sound corny, but you guys are super intelligent on top of super cool. Like, you're badass rockers, but your answers are like flawless. I'm sitting there like blown away by everything I heard tonight. I really am.
Yes, you just know your craft really well. And we're going to play Ghosts of Kiev after you guys leave us. Can you tell us a little bit about the song and what went into making it?
Yeah, the song is, we got a lot of comments about the song being actually about Ukraine and the war. It isn't about that, but it is sort of an allegory for it. And we wrote it for our son. And it's just a song about coming home, fighting for what you want in your life, and waiting for the day that it finally happens for you. So, sticking with and following your dreams, and just hoping they transpire in the end. So, yeah.
God, even the messages are strong.
You guys are like my favorite band.
I know, I'm just blown away by everything here today. Just absolutely great.
It was based on that legend that took place on the news.
Yeah. I think we just a
so
lot of times too, not to take too much time, but
the time is yours, man. Get in there.
Titles sometimes come ahead of the lyrics. Like we come up with, we hear a title or a word that we just like. It's like, so we're gonna make a song called Assassins, even though it's not really about assassins. And then we end up writing lyrics. Well, Ashley does. I'm not taking any credit for that, but we write lyrics after the fact, and the title sticks, even though maybe it doesn't exactly express what's in the lyrics. So that's probably true to some extent with Ghost of Eve too.
A lot of times our working titles just end up being the real titles.
Yeah. Is that just subconsciously? Are you thinking about the title as you're writing it, or is it just?
I think so. And there are always things that happen to us in our lives that I just jot ideas down about, and then I think, this actually would be a good song to remember from. I journal a lot and go back to this experience and write something about that, and pull this weird sentence from this, and so, yeah.
It's very cool, and you're going to see us just be all over your social media. I say the word rock star. You guys are rock stars. A lot of people are like, no, we're not. You get on stage, you write music, you play instruments. You're a rock star. And you guys are definitely rock stars. You're outstanding. You're super talented. I want to remind everybody out there, you can find Tulip on Facebook. Tulip, of course. Instagram is We Are Tulip. The new album, The Perpetual Dream, is out right now. You can check it out on YouTube and Apple Music and Spotify and all that great stuff. And make sure you get the notice, man, because like I said, they got their craft here as well as hands and vocal. You guys are superstars. I freaking love it. I can't thank you enough for coming on. And we'd love to invite you back down the road when more stuff comes out.
Anytime.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Anytime. What are you doing tomorrow night? No. Tulip, ladies and gentlemen, once again, The Perpetual Dream, the brand new album out right now. Check it out because it's awesome. We're going to play Ghost of Kiev in a moment. Thank you guys for tuning in. We had an absolute blast. Amazing.
Us too.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Have a great night.
Bye, you too.
I agree. Wow, J.D. Wolf, indeed. The band is Tulip. And Jewel, I got to tell you, blown away, man. The answers were great, smart, fun, and we had a little bit of everything. A little bit of emotion, some laughing, some excitement, some blown away by just everything. I thought it was awesome. You're on mute, by the way, so. It happens. You had a great thought coming. So.
Yeah, I did. I was like, what a team they are. Like, they're just really cohesive, and their sound is so tight and powerful and beautiful and ethereal, like you said. And they're just an amazing band. And, man, I'm just blown away. I'm just such a fan, and I love their music.
I agree. And, my apologies slightly to Radio 717. Some of these questions were just, like, blowing me away with the dissecting of it, and a little bit of it, like, some of it I don't even know.
Cool.
Like,
yeah, and I'm just so
amazing.
Yeah, I'm not guitar savvy, but I hear a lot of talk. My dad plays, and just the tuning of the strings and down to play certain songs and different tricks that they use and techniques that all fascinates me. So yeah. I can't play a lick, but I love hearing about the intricacies of what they do, because it's just beautiful art. And
I enjoy, like I said, when people come out that have that kind of intellect and they say your music theory, my man, and I love it. I love the guys at Radio 717 as well, and you can follow them on Twitch and watch their show, and they do the same thing, they interview and get music out there, and we're all here trying to push music, and why not? And you get great bands like this, and like a lot of my friends will go back and listen and say, hey, great choice. Some of them be like, I missed it. Who was it? And you're like, damn, man, just start listening.
Right.
Start listening.
Just listen.
Right.
Sometimes I get caught in that trap. I'm like,
you're on YouTube too. Yes, you are.
Yeah. Do you ever get in that trap? You're like, oh, what show do I have to watch? Or I'm home. Like, what movie? Dude, put some music on. Put some new music that you never heard on. Some local artists, and just find some stuff you like. Like, even I'm going back through like past artists and just listening to albums I never heard before. Like, you never know what you bump into. So.
Exactly.
Music. Dance around your house.
I'm all about that. Like, right. Thank you. Put on the Yo Show, or go to Twitch and YouTube and watch Radio 717, because you guys do a fantastic job as well, and we appreciate people that do that. And I shut the TV off, listen to music. I spend a lot of time on YouTube watching music videos, and sometimes see great covers, see great live performances from bands. You stumble across, and I hate to admit this, it's embarrassing, but I didn't even know that Psycho Killer was remade by Velvet Revolver until it came on YouTube. And I'm like, holy smokes. Yeah. I'm like, man, I love this.
I listen to that song all the time.
Yeah, I want local music shows, indeed. Hollywood's got theirs. Yeah. All these big artists have theirs. And I'm telling you, Radio 717 and the group.
You just have to listen to us. That's the...
Right, listen to all of us. We're going to do like a big conglomerate show with all of us. We're all going to just chat about music. And like I said, the Lancaster area, Harrisburg, Allentown, all that. These guys are up in that area just finding great bands, bringing great bands around, and there's a lot of them out there, so keep your ears open. And we have the ones in Philly, in the Philly area, and music really is where it's at. Long time ago, the Doobie Brothers sang, music is the doctor. God damn it, they're correct. Music is the doctor. Damn it.
3-2, Phillies.
3-2 Phillies.
No. I mean, we're losing.
We're losing. 3-2 Orioles. So the guys at Happy Hour Pod are getting their Hawaiian shirts ready for us. Thanks, Jewel, for the bad news. It is 3-2. Bottom of the ninth, too, so this is it. And it looks like Trey Turner grounds out again. He stinks. He stinks. Let's do something fun. Let's play music.
Yes, music.
Yes,
Sing
music,
us.
please. Ghost of Kiev is the song, and I know I appreciate everybody that hangs in. Sometimes our audio gets a little shaky, but either way, hang in for the song because it absolutely rocks. And I love the videos, too. I love their videos, and I love Ashley. She reminds me a little bit of Victoria Fire, Caitlin, a little bit.
Yes.
And she got a little Barbara Blackthorne there, too, with that voice. So let's check it out. Let's check out the video right now for Ghost of Kiev. It's tonight's guest, Tulip. I'm going to play it right now. About 4.5 minutes. We'll be right back here on the Yo Show. Enjoy. Go Phillies.
Last night I heard them write this song, and so I brought it down the line. She sang your best years on your heartstrings. The traveling states will soon align. You're finally going home, shackles that you wore wrapped around their broken bones. Turn around like ghosts, haunt them till they know they will never take your souls. The side road's just ahead, but I can hold you till you're older. Things look so different from this view. We placed your hopes on your strong shoulders. You're finally going home, shackles that you wore wrapped around their broken bones. Turn around like ghosts, haunt them till they know they will never take our souls. You're finally going home, shackles that you wore wrapped around their broken bones. Turn around like ghosts, haunt them till they know they will never take our souls. This pressing sorrow, igniting, striking twilight, twilight. This pure destruction will slash us from top on down, on down. It's fervent wreckage, you will not pass it down. Watch the notebooks burn. How will we ever learn? How will we ever This pure destruction will slash us from top on down. This face tells a story covered in scars, but I know what my chances are. Steal your life back, the light has come, the light has come. Did you really think that you could start a war? Did you really think I wouldn't settle the score? Did you really think that you could start a war? Did you really think that I would settle? One day I will be your deliverance. One day I will come for you. Black ones from the smoke, they'll suffocate. One day I will be your ghost. One day I will be your deliverance. One day I will come for you. Black ones from the smoke, they'll suffocate. One day I will be your
I got to tell you, that was electric. Tulip, her voice, everything. Beautiful, a great look. The guys are cool.
Insane.
Great band, Tulip. If you haven't caught them, learn them. And we got the scoop that the Phillies have tied it up. That's what I'm talking about.
didn't even see that. Speaking of
RBI
jamming.
RBI double by Bryson Stott with 2 out in the 9th inning. And it looks like Romuto got an
He was
infield
due.
single.
He
So
was due.
first and third with 2 outs. The Phillies got a chance to pull this one out. I'm on delay. Radio 717, thank you very much, dude. I'm telling you, you guys, like I said, you do the same. You get great bands on. Check out these guys. Because, like I said, smart,
You're amazing.
cool. Ashley's just a beautiful woman. So cool. So cool. I should have cheered a bit. That's okay. You know, you're doing it at home. You can clap. We like to clap here. And it's funny when I do the Wednesday night thing that the guest co-hosts, like, they don't know to clap. Clap. Be
Clap.
excited.
Yeah, they deserve
man.
it.
Yeah, they really do
Show
deserve
some
it.
respect.
They're a great band, and like I said, Joel, like you're on social media and you get referred to these bands, and you know, and you're like, oh, let's see, and you see it, and I'm like, all right, that's good music, really good music, and then next thing you know, you're just like, wow, and it's just, and then like I said, you see their following, big following, and the whole 9 yards, just excellent, excellent. Thank you to Brent Worrell. You know, if there's great bands, Yo Show and the Yo Show Press will find him. Brent, that's Brent's new name, Yo Show Press. He likes that, and we like that as well.
Oh my God, we gotta get him like a laminated press badge.
He wants a press shirt. I think that's it.
I want a press shirt.
Ashley was the lead singer of the band. Ashley Semq, I believe it's
Not
pronounced.
spelled like that though.
Ashley, Colin, and Cody are with us tonight. We didn't get Ryan, but next time for sure. But a great band, Tulip. We're going to leave that scroll down there a little bit. We talked already about the Barbie movie. One thing we didn't talk about real quickly, and Jewel, I know, you know, sports subjects sometimes, but LeBron James' son, Bronny, in stable condition after ending up in the ICU after a cardiac episode. Now, here's a young kid making his way through and getting ready to join the NBA. And another cardiac episode was, of course.
Oh, is he? He's like a player?
Oh, yeah, it's LeBron James' son, and he is a player, very talented. And, of course, the conspiracy theorists come out with the vaccine, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. But really kind of a scary story. And when a kid who pretty much has everything going for him suffers through this, it's scary.
Yeah. And is he like high school, college? Like what level?
Well, he is basically like he's preparing to make his jump to the pros.
Just go to pro?
Yeah, I mean, you know, his dad did the same thing. His dad didn't. Well, he's going to be he's going to play college ball. His dad went right to the pros, but he's going to play college ball. But yeah, I mean, it's pretty scary. Stable, out of ICU, flying cardiac arrest. Next one, cardiac arrest. Like that's just, and we've seen, of course, in the NFL, of course, this past year, and so it's going to be a little more pronounced. It's scary, but I don't know what to attribute it to. I know a lot of people want to automatically say the shot and the vaccine and all. Like, I don't know.
No, that's terrible. I just always think of love and basketball. You know, how do you make that decision? Because, well, obviously in the movie he goes pro and doesn't go to college, and then gets hurt, and then he's just done with no backup plan. So, I mean, if your dad's like LeBron James, though, I guess the decision is a little easier.
Yeah, it's kind of made for you. And to the guys out there at the happy hour, Phillies win 1-1. This little tournament we're having here is going down to the wire. Yeah, they did. They absolutely did. Thank you, Chris, for staying on top of it. And guess what, Jewel? You may not have to wear orange and black after all, but we don't know.
Hell yeah, wear my Castellanos shirt.
It's tied 1-1 in this little series here, and I appreciate you guys from the Happy Hour Pod. The winning hit was as I just lost it. It was Alec Bohm.
Oh, Boom!
My favorite Philly. That people are trying to run out of town. He's multitasking, and we appreciate that. You got to do a little bit of everything. We do.
He has the best coming out song or walkout song. Coming out something different. He has the best walkout song. I mean, it's Kanye's version, but Sister Nancy with Bum
That's
Bum.
okay. It's definitely good. We like that. Let's hit some topics real quick, Jewel, because we got to talk about this. We got to talk about this very important topic, 'cause I know you definitely want to chime in. Lana Del Rey has been seen working at an Alabama Waffle House. Why?
She's
You're supposed to
amazing.
know. Well, yeah, but you're supposed to know the scoop. Why is she
I
working at a Waffle
follow
House?
Lana.
Well,
Yeah.
let's hear it. Why is she working
Wish
at
I
a
was in
Waffle House?
Florence, Alabama right now. I don't know, Waffle House. She, first of all, Elizabeth Woolwich Grant is from like a very wealthy family in New York, and she didn't ride on, being rich to start her music career. When she first got started, or before, she used to sing in clubs. She actually sang in the same clubs as like Lady Gaga and stuff, just doing the whole piano crooner thing. And then she took it upon herself to just like move into a trailer park, I guess, to have the experience. So she's very one with the people. She loves her fans, and she loves old school Americana. Like she loves like, the 50s and Waffle Houses and
Slinging waffles.
yeah, like the whole 50s, 60s, style time. So it was very not surprising to see her in a Waffle House. I don't know if you saw it, but I sent you the video, and she's singing Amazing Grace, and this older man is having like tremors, and he's sitting in booth in the Waffle House, and he must have asked like who she was and why people are taking pictures of her and stuff. And she just sang Amazing Grace, and I was in tears. But she's very, I don't know, she's a good girl. She's one with the people, and I'm so mad I wasn't at the Waffle House.
I know, right? I mean, who would have known? But
She
pretty
needs
wild.
to just come to the slums of Philadelphia and see me, okay? At my Dunkin' Donuts, okay?
We should get her a job at Harry's. So we go to Harry's bar and she can bartend at Harry's.
Yeah, what would she like? I'm trying to think of what would she like. Maybe Nifty 50s. We got one of those, or Wawa. Lana, Wawa will definitely, I know some higher ups at Wawa. We can get you in.
That's all right. Hey, no, we're nothing too harsh. She grew up in a trailer park. Okay, we get it. And,
Yeah, she was just very
there.
from a wealthy family, and she chose to live in a trailer park, is what I was getting at.
We've been to the Waffle House after 3 a.m. It's kind of like IHOP around here, or Denny's.
You know what's crazy? When I was at Penn State, I loved Waffle House. Like, that was the shit. They have like a trifold
I love
menu,
Waffle House.
like
Yeah.
so many choices. And then when I went to Nashville, I'm like, oh my God, we have to go to Waffle House because it's the best restaurant ever. I go, and it's this shithole with like a little napkin of a menu. I'm like, where's the Waffle House I know and love? But yeah, I guess it's different all over.
Agreed. Yeah. Yeah, you the Waffle House. It depends.
The one at Penn State is amazing. I fully recommend going there because that was very good.
I get you. I've been there was one in Georgia that I stopped to. It's very nice, but like I said, there's some that are,
Yeah.
like Denny's looks like 5-star. Speaking of restaurants, Pizza Hut is the latest of the big trendy chains to be shutting down stores.
Really?
Like they're soon like Walmart is starting to close stores. That
Good.
worries me. Now Pizza Hut's kind of like bringing it down. You don't have to have waffles. You can have anything.
Walmart should close. I went there
Perhaps
yesterday. I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a Walmart, and then I went yesterday. I'm like, I hate it here. Like, I didn't find anything I came here for, and it's just terrible.
I've grown to really. I'm
It's
not a big fan
even
of
cheap.
Walmart.
It's not even that cheap. Like, everyone had to hike their prices, so it's like, why wouldn't I just go to a normal store? And Walmart's the worst. And Pizza Hut, I haven't been to one of those in years either, but pizza's not that good.
Thank you. And thank you for tuning in. We greatly appreciate the guys from Radio 717, YouTube, and Twitch. Of course, check them out. We appreciate you guys coming on tonight and asking just great questions for our guests. Really do appreciate you guys. Are awesome. We love it.
Thank you for being knowledgeable when we
Yes,
are.
thank you for being knowledgeable. Right, because us, we're hit or miss. The scene in Walmart. Yeah, everybody likes the scene in Walmart. Why is it that women, you always see the pictures of women with their ass hanging out? Doesn't anybody know how to pull up their pants when they're going to
I
Walmart?
don't know.
Anybody?
It was so, again, it's so sketchy. And like I hate when I'm in an aisle and people are like, they get too close, like back up. Didn't we learn anything? Just back up. I don't want anyone to hear me. And Target's the same way. You know, I try to like, oh, I'll just go to Target. No, it's always crowded and someone's always in your face.
I like Target much better though. I love
No,
Target.
Target is much better. It's just so crowded all the time.
I tell you what, I'm not that young. I do remember Pizza Hut was awesome. They had
Salad
the
bar.
standalone store,
Salad bar
the
was
salad
shit.
bar, and they would bring out this nice piping hot pizza that was too hot to touch.
The breadsticks were
The
good.
breadstick and the big red cups of soda. Oh, Chris, I'm telling you, dude, I remember when Pizza Hut was the bomb. I used to
They had
love
like
going to Pizza Hut.
the twisty crust too.
Red cups.
Chicken.
They started getting like
Or
they
the
started having
stuffed
like
crust.
the stuffed crust, and
Uh,
they got adventures. But I mean,
Yo, I want some Pizza Hut now.
right? Nothing back in the day. JD, it does suck now. But
Oh,
nothing used to beat back in the day when you used to get that kind of buttery, greasy, cheesy Pizza Hut
and
pizza.
Little
Like I said, the
Caesars
big
had like the
soda.
same. Little Caesars was great back in the day and then fell off.
Right, everybody remembers when Pizza Hut was a dine-in, and I used to love like the big red building and sitting in Pizza Hut. It's always dark in there though. But yeah,
Yeah. Well, it's a hut. So.
right, it's a hut, so it lives up to its name.
I
You're
do
not
love
that.
Domino's though. Do you like Domino's or you?
I like Domino's. The wife likes Domino's, so we do occasionally do a Domino's night.
It's like the safe bet when everything
It
else
is
is
the
closed.
same, right?
It's always open at like 2 a.m. and you just want some pizza.
Gotta be.
Especially down the shore.
Domino's.
It's always like the last thing open that you can get delivered.
It is for some unknown reason. But I like it. You know, I'm a Domino's guy.
Papa John's is like way too greasy. And I don't enjoy like the big hunks of tomatoes that they put in their sauce. Like it's so tomatoey, like big hunks, and it's just so greasy.
There's a lot of actually good Philly pizza joints, but there's none
Oh,
that are
yeah.
chain. Yeah, there's a lot of great ones out here, and
Yeah, we're just talking about chains, but yeah, we have the best pizza.
we do. I mean, everybody says, "Oh, New York." Nah, we got great pizza here.
I loved. Have you ever been to Serrapo's in Ben Salem?
Yes, I have.
I
Yeah.
love their pizza. It's probably it goes like Charlie's Serrapo's. Like, oh man.
Wow, Charlie's. So, like Charlie's, you're like putting anybody up against Charlie's. That's pretty wild.
It's like 1 and 2. Like I used to get Serrapo's. I'm like, get the big Sicilian. I'll bring it. Yep. And like Fridays after work, I would pick one of those up, bring it to the family. Everyone likes Serrapo's.
It does sound awfully good. I'm like in a mood for.
I'm
pizza.
so hungry. I made fajitas tonight. They turned out
Ooh,
pretty
I
good.
love
They're like healthy ones. But
Well, it's mostly healthy.
Spanish-
Usually, it's
Spanish
if you don't
quinoa.
use beef, it's chicken and vegetables. Like, how bad is it really? Chicken and
Chicken,
vegetables.
vegetables, yeah. It was good.
So I want to talk about a little thing going on this Saturday. Can't give the address out because it's a private event, but an awesome event. And it is the Christmas in July. It's the party for Chris Smith. So Chris Smith holds this awesome party on his birthday. And the reason why we're hyping it is, number one, the Yo Show got invited to do some interviews to the bands that are going to be there. Jewel, the bands going to be there are the ones that we have found and we have grown to love, and they're all going to be like in the same area. It's going to be Strange Culture, the Grim Jacks, Milo Sky, Hypnotizer, Codes of Black, and more. Like, this is an awesome event. It's all day, and it's going to be outside. And, like, this dude,
It's outside.
this dude, Chris
I
Smith,
didn't know that.
yeah, it's out. This dude, Chris Smith, like, built his own stage and all, like, on his grounds. And they're having this awesome party this weekend. We got invited to it. Like I said, do some interviews. Our press man is trying to come up with a great idea how we can make them awesome. So if you follow us, you'll be able to see it either live if the internet works. If not, we're going to record them and lay them out to you. But just a lot of great bands, the Philly music scene, and the surrounding area. Sounds pretty exciting.
The real question is, are you dressing like Santa Claus again?
No. I'd like to, but it's outdoors. It's probably like 99 degrees out. I don't know if Santa would survive.
Yeah. I mean, you do see Santa on the beach sometimes, so
You do.
he's like used to different climates. So
I can spray my beard white again. And this past weekend, and again, there's another awesome Future Stars show on Sunday, and the lineup there is awesome too. And get the lineup for you at our good friend Alana Brokus, who does these awesome Future Stars shows. There is one again Sunday, 1:30 to 7 at Sweeney's in Northeast Philadelphia. Federal Offense, DeVixa, Stealing Society, who's been on the show, who we love. The Grimjacks, who've been on the show, who we love. Dirt Nap, Milo Sky, who's been there, who we love. And Jewel, it's one of, if not the last of, performance by Critical Mistakes before they all make their way to college. The young kids all said the other day they're going to college, and they're practically crying. One's going to like Michigan or Minnesota. One's going to Syracuse. One's going to be in like American University. They're going to be all over the place. And I love that band. And I'm so sad. It's cute.
It is so sad.
They put up a tip jar to help their college fund, and people like
That's
tip a little
amazing.
bit. So you got to get there this Sunday. You got to see this band at least once before they break it up for a while.
Yes, get there, support, and yeah, that reminds me of when all my best friends went to separate colleges. When they told me they were coming to Penn State with me, I'm like, "Where are you going?"
Right? Like you
And they all
got to,
just dispersed.
especially
never
a
saw them
band.
again. I
figure-
know.
You figure a band would
All
stick
that band hours.
together.
Yeah.
And this past Sunday, Elena had a show at Casey Ray's in Vineland. It was a hike, but it's a cool place. It's a great music venue. Got to see one of my favorites. I got their T-shirt right here. Got to see the gang from Modern yesterday.
Yes. Oh my God, I need one of those.
They were on the show. They were super cool, and they're just great young kids. Just an awesome band. And the show ended with a Queensryche tribute band. Surgical Strike is the name, and wow, Jewel, when I tell you blew the doors off the place, if you're a Queensryche fan, check out Surgical Strike. They absolutely murdered it. Just amazing. But there was just so many great bands, and we just loved doing it. And Elena's like, hey, thanks for coming. And I know, I love it. I love doing it. And I could do it 7 days a week, given a chance. And there's so many great bands out there. And like Brent said, if there's a great band out there, the Yo Show will find it. We certainly do.
Yes,
As Jewel went silent.
we will.
Yes.
No, sorry, I didn't know if you were done your thought. Yes, we will, and you've been doing an amazing job getting out there, and yeah, just showing that the Yo Show shows up. So appreciate you for that.
The Yo Show does show up, and we thank you for that. We've got some stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks, and I said earlier, I'm like, we're going to stop showing our hand to everybody out there, but we're going to do it anyway. Oh, dude, Surgical, right? Incredible. Yeah, I turned JD Wolf onto it. He was checking out the videos. I messaged him like, dude, check this band out. They're amazing live. And it's funny how the scene switched from like the younger kids and the families all gathering around. And then by the end of the night, it was like the old school rockers hanging out at the bar watching these bands. And just, it shows you the reason why I want to keep music alive, because music is the thing. And there was like people like my age flooding to the stage, packing it, having some cocktails, and singing and dancing and laughing, having a blast. Like, and when the younger bands come out, there's like groups of the young people now who are starting to feel it and singing along and getting into it. So definitely cool. Music, like I said, it's a force. It brings people together. It picks us up. JD Wolf says, man, it lifts me up. And I agree with you, dude. It lifts us up, too. That's why we love doing it. And everybody says, your music show? We're a little bit of everything. But music really seems to be like the mass thing of what we do here.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, that's just that's just one of the many reasons that keeps me coming back, and just finding new groups, and then establishing relationships with our groups that we already had on, and just seeing them grow and develop and follow along is just so cool to see.
Absolutely. And we do have, like I said, we've got a lot of great shows coming up. But August 22nd, we are going to switch. It was supposed to be Gina Corso, and Gina, unfortunately, at the last moment has something big that came up, I believe, music out in Nashville, so she had to postpone. So we'll come up with something for the 22nd. The 29th, of course, August 29th, and the reason why I go right to the show is Sharon Leah is going to be back on the program, and it's Ladies Who Rock for a Cause. And Jewel, the new lineup is out. Check out Ladies Who Rock for a Cause.
Oh, it's out?
Yeah, the new list just came out.
Who's on it?
Tiffany is the headliner again this year, so she will be back. Let me try and get the lineup for you real quickly
I
while
was
we're here.
just telling my sister, I'm like, we have to go to Ladies of Rock for a cause. And I'm saying, Tiffany, Taylor Dane last year.
Yeah, so this year is it is Tiffany, Roses, Rozes,
What?
Della Chase, what?
What? Go ahead.
Della Chase, Black Rose Rebellion, the Sharon Leah Band, of course, and looks like a hip hop act this year, Helen and Terry. So there's a little bit of everything this year.
Oh my
Very
God.
exciting.
That's so
And
cool.
it is September 9th, 2023 at Constadters, Northeast Philadelphia. It's a great cause. It's a great thing. And Sharon and her team do a tremendous job. It's a lot of breast cancer support. My wife's been there. Members of your family have been there. So, yeah, man, we're going to definitely share it more. And,
Do we have a date on that?
yeah, we do. September the 9th.
The 9th.
And Sharon's going to be on the show August 29th to talk about and hype us up. And this year I got to get a shirt. Jewel got that great shirt. I need a shirt.
Yeah, I love my shirt.
I know.
I
I
want
do.
more
It's nice.
merch.
We do. Happy Hour Pod, messaged me earlier and said tonight could seal the deal on our bet. Nope. Still
Well,
alive.
That's
alive.
what we do. We're the underdogs sometimes, and
We're the
we
underdogs.
rise up.
So Tulip tonight, of course, August 1st, horror actress Amy Cote. We love our horror actresses. She's pretty hot, too. No, not for nothing. August 8th, the awesome band Mag Dillon. Getting very excited for that. August 15th is the one, everybody. 6 years of the Yo Show with the awesome band Modern Mimes. We're going to have
Holy crap.
we're going to have a great band, and we're going to just talk about 6 years worth. Like I said, August 22nd, Gina Corso, that'll be reassigned. 29th, Sharon Leah. September 5th, our good friend, formerly of the Glance Gangs, Veronica Wickham. September 12th, an incredible young band, Young Other. September 19th, the beautiful Kelsey Lynn. September 26th, the essential duo, Keith and Joey. Jewel, how about that?
Oh,
I'm excited.
man.
Yeah, Keith and Joey. October 3rd, we return these guys right here. I got my dog tag, Sour Station, back in the house on October 3rd. And October 10th, a very cool band, Bourbon House. Again, recommendations found Bourbon House. Love these guys. And they were very excited. Well, guy and girl. Very excited to come on the program. Can't wait for that. Tomorrow night, for anybody who is wondering, we are doing Yo Show Wednesday without Jewel, because Jewel hates me on Wednesdays for some reason. But we're doing Yo Show Wednesday. Our very special guest tomorrow night is former Miss Nude USA adult entertainer Janine Green Jericho. And she's awesome, though, Jewel. Super cool. And Ashley Pontius, comedian, will be our guest co-host. We're definitely looking forward to that one. Someone say
I
Mercury
always
said
listen, and I'm like your designated intern on Wednesdays, so definitely
She
be checking
is.
that one out.
Jewel definitely does jump in, and Janine's very cool. She was on Happy Hour Pod before. They highly recommend her. She messaged me. He's like, dude, here's my phone number. Send me the link. So got her phone number, and I'm like,
Oh, Jeff loves to get some phone numbers.
yes, let's them phone numbers. I called Steve Howie one year on New Year's Eve, and he did not answer the phone. I was pretty drunk that night, though. Sorry,
Oh,
Steve
man.
Howie. Sorry,
I had
Steve Howie.
someone, just have I don't know, Josh Server and Jimmy Kennedy, House Sparks,
Yeah, we need,
all messaging me. I'm like,
right? Isn't it great? I got Madeline Zima's phone number,
it's
too.
great.
Boy, my. Get them. Madeline Zima's digits. I still never get the time she called me. I'm like, yeah, I'd like to talk about what I'm going to be doing on the show. I'm like, I love you.
I feel
love
like
you.
we
Yes, I
don't
love
ever
you.
have single people on. Like they're always like in relationships. Like it's boring.
Right?
What the hell? Anyway, just a thought.
We'll do a singles night eventually. But, don't forget the Chris Smith Christmas in July party this Saturday. And Sunday, of course, a great Future Stars show. So much coming up with music, and we love it here, and we're here for it. I think we've covered everything, did we not?
Did we?
Did I
we have
miss
time?
anything?
I don't think so.
And we got about 5 minutes left. We already did my thoughts
It's
on the
Shark
Barbie
Week.
movie. It's Jeff the Shark Week.
Dun 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 dun. Black
This is
like doll's eyes.
it's the lamest shark ever again.
I'm tired and I won't go to bed.
But I tell you what,
Had 2 drinks about an hour ago.
Thank you, JD. Well, if we did forget to talk about Moist and the Moist Collective, our great sponsor here on the O Show. Awesome beard products of all many great scents made locally right here in Pennsylvania. We're very proud of that. And right now, free shipping on any order over $35. Go to www.rumoist.com. The great beard products, beard wash, beard butter, beard oil, and really cheaper than you find them in the stores. That stuff's expensive. My good friend Jim Hunt makes a terrific product, the Moist Collective. Make sure you check it out. Right now, use the code YOSHOW20 and save 20% on your order. The Moist Collective, www.rumoist.com.
Ooh. It smells like the Moist Collective in my apartment because I bought this candle yesterday and it smells like musky woodsman. like it smells like a man in here.
Wow, yeah, baby.
But yeah, it reminded me of the Moist Collective.
If the world wasn't so weird, I would do a Date Jewel Tatey segment, but I don't know about that. The world is weird. The Moist Collective.
But,
great butters and oils. So it goes down tomorrow night, ladies and gentlemen. We will be here with Janine Green Jericho and Ashley Pontius, but we will also be keeping our eye on the Phillies game and see if we can take down the dudes from Happy Hour Pod. Because suddenly Jules into it. Now that we won, she's like, yeah, you know. Now
we have to win.
Right, we got to win. Got to beat these suckers. Stick my neck out like that.
If we win, I'll help you send shirts to them so they can cry and wear our Phillies.
They don't cry. They're pretty tough dudes, but that's okay. The one last thing. Don't forget, get to Instagram. Follow Sweets by Rye on Instagram. Some of the most amazing cookies ever. Jules, lovely family, of course, involved. There's the logo. Follow on Instagram. You can place your order right through message on Instagram. A lot of different flavors and cookies. They will ship throughout the U.S. Make sure you check them out. Sweets by Rye. What happened? What did I miss?
Yeah, let me check on the shipping. But yeah, order some if you're local.
I'm sorry, locals currently, but we'll work on shipping because you got to get
she
them.
is. She's expanding. I was talking to the investor last night, and she is just getting bigger and bigger. So, yep, put in your orders if you're local.
Do it. And like I say, you go on Instagram, you can place your order right there. And I'm like, you can't. And I went on, I'm like, yes, you can. You place your order right on Instagram. Sweets by Rye. Very exciting.
Amazing.
Very exciting. And we get excited for people that do the thing, whether it's music or whether it's cookies or whether it's sports, etc. I know cookies. I'm like a cookie junkie. Cookies, cakes. We got like this gigantic drawer at work. It's just all candy, chocolate. I'm just a mess.
Yeah, I can't say no to a cookie. They're my weakness.
No.
Any other thing, but cookies, and she makes the best cookies ever.
I'm gonna have to order cookies tonight. I'm gonna need cookies. I gotta
See,
do it.
I think I'm a pretty decent cook. I mean, I do bake the pumpkin pies at Thanksgiving, but like
Baby.
baking is really not my forte. But I do enjoy baking the pumpkin pies. But baking is such an art. I feel
It is. We might have to have like a live event this year where somebody tries Jules' pumpkin pie.
Yeah.
Phenomenal.
Angela said she makes a sweet potato pie. I've never had that. I don't know.
Me neither. And I gotta tell you, I was never really a big pumpkin pie guy, but when Jules comes up, now it's like, dude, don't forget me. And baby.
I never do. I've been good.
You have been
good
good.
about dropping off pie.
I love you for it.
Days late.
A big thanks to Tulip. Make sure, again, to find Tulip. Facebook at Tulip. You'll see the neat little logo. Almost looks like a crown, but it's a flower. Very cool. Instagram, We Are Tulip. And the new album is Perpetual Dream, out now on Spotify and all those other great places. It tastes like pumpkin. Jules tastes like
Does
straight
it?
magic. Sweet potato pie.
It tastes like pumpkin pie though.
So I hate sweet potato anything.
Yeah, I'm not. I mean, I'll eat the fries because they're healthy, but it's not my go-to.
She's got some kind of chips crap with their sweet potato chips.
I think I'm gonna fall asleep with my headphones on tonight and just listen to Perpetual Dream front to back and fall asleep listening
I'm down
to
with
this
that.
band.
Because it's got a sleep tone. Like it's got heavy to it, but it's also got the,
No, that's how I used to fall asleep in college because I had like 7 roommates. I would just like, but to get the full experience, I think it just needs to be immersive like that.
Immersive. There's the big word. That's the second time I've seen or heard the word immersive tonight. Very
I'm
cool.
waiting for that Tulip video game. I think
Right?
it's gonna be like Zelda. It's gonna be my new Zelda.
So we'll play like the Bees video game, then we'll play the Tulip video game, and then we'll play Mario Brothers and watch my wife dominate while we both sit there like idiots because she's awesome
I
at
still have to play Mario Brothers with Cassie.
it. You do,
make
I
that
tell you.
happen.
I got the box here. Come
We should
on
have
down
like a
whenever
video
you-
game segment on our 6th year because we should be in the same space and Cassie has to be there. All the people
Yeah.
that helped us.
Oh, there's a
Everyone
lot
show
of
up.
people. Yeah, Lydia Manson, show up to my house.
Yeah. I'll show
I
up.
love her.
Have a party.
She was-
we
she
should have
was
a party.
great.
Dude, what if we
We
just have like a
should.
party and just like broadcast from the basement? Like do it the right way.
We can.
We can
Pull
do like a
crap down
couch.
here all
We'll
the time.
have like the different. Because I'm thinking, I think we could pull it off.
I think we can. Got a little cleaned up there because I got Funko Pops everywhere. It's like a disaster down here, but
Yeah. Just make a couch out of the Funko Pops. We'll sit on that.
well, I got to answer the door. JD Wolf is here. You got to come down here, damn it!
Oh my
But
God, could you imagine?
we can always pull it off at Murphy's worst of worst. That people see it theaters. They keep
Sure.
asking us to bring stuff and bring acoustic acts and all that, so we're working on it.
Oh my God. We can do it. Yeah, we can do it. Let's talk.
And we're gonna talk.
This
We're
is not
absolutely
show
gonna talk. I know. Let's stop giving out our ideas because next thing you know,
Oh, yeah.
somebody else will be at Murphy's doing it. Let's get the hell out of here. Boy, tonight I can't get Jewel off the air. Usually it's me, but
I
tonight
know.
Jewel's
Sorry.
like got fired. But you know, like you said, like Tuesdays are important to us. It's important to me. I look forward to it all week. Like I love Wednesdays. Don't get me wrong, and I'm excited for tomorrow night. And I love the guest co-hosts and the guests, but nothing hits like Tuesday nights with my girl Jewel. And 6 years. There's a reason why I've been doing it for 6 years. The camaraderie, the fun, the planning, and all that just is great. And like I said, man, I'll keep kissing your butt. You're awesome. So thank you.
You're awesome. We're all awesome.
We're all awesome. We're both pretty too. We're pretty people. You get to watch these pretty faces.
I'm thinking we're starting to look alike.
A little bit, you know. It's funny because I used to always say it, like. I used to always say that when you're around somebody enough and you start to take on their look, it's just like you're so used to seeing.
Isn't that wild when people start to like talk like each other?
Oh Christ! Please don't tell me that. I sound like a girl. I went to see the Barbie movie. I sound like a girl, so I look like a girl.
Turning into me.
So maybe next Tuesday I'll be the most beautiful face in podcast, webcast, broadcast, simulcast, etc., etc.,
I
etc.
think you have too big of a beard for that.
Okay. Next Tuesday night, Amy Cote, everybody, for the horror movie fans. And Lydia knows her. Lydia said Amy's terrific, and Amy's hot. Sorry. She is. And I'm definitely excited for that because she seems like a badass. And that's going to be next Tuesday on the program. Horror actress Amy Cote. Until then, don't forget tomorrow night, Yo Show Wednesday. Jewel Tatey, thank you for everything. Big thanks to Tulip. They're absolutely amazing. Make sure to check them out. And we'll see you real soon. St. Ricketts is going to take us out. The song is with Fire Cannot Burn at www.stricketts.com. Dudes, plan a reunion. That's what we'll do our 6th year. A St. Ricketts reunion.
Let's do it.
How cool would that be? Have a great night, everybody. Jeff and Jewel, the Air Show. Bye. Your 2 favorite podcast hosts in all of Pennsylvania and the world, and the top 50 show in the world. Good night. Yeah, I'm starting to not do that again. I'm starting to overtalk. Good night, Jeff.
I can't hear it.
Can't hear it?
No.
It wouldn't hurt if I shared it. God, 6 years and this moron still doesn't know
He's just jamming by
how
himself.
to work, right? He doesn't even know how to work his own production after 6 years. Let's try it now. How about St. Ricketts for Fire Cannot Burn at www.strricketts.com. We should have a St. Ricketts reunion for our 6th year. Didn't we do this before? Have a good night. Oy.
Was it truly bliss if the taste of it poisoned deeper than you know? Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach new heights of low? So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot burn. Wanted to embrace what it takes for it, pouring salt into the wound, willing to erase what I'd lose for it, to accept what I assume. So I'm pulling the anchor and drifting away, blinded by reason beyond disarray. It's what fire cannot burn. It's what fire cannot, searching for something, destined for nothing, losing composure over and over. Truly bliss if the taste of it poison deeper than you know. Kindly answer this. Was the point of it just to reach